It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them.
Okay.
And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs,
Okay.
and to work at putting us in a space where we aren't as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl, that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody, or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name, because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them. But as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and some in the trash heap. But because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we had to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and she said sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like, for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing. And you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job.
Absolutely.
So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
I did want to talk a little bit about bowls, and people have asked questions about the Celebration Bowl in terms of the payout. What does that look like? just to give you updates there, you're talking about $1.2 million payout in terms of the bowls that go to the conference. A percentage of that goes to the institution, depending on the split, 75-25 for the SWAC, 70-30 in terms of the MEAC, or that was the last percentage breakdown in terms of what that looks like. But I want to do a little comparison so you get a chance of what does that look like. Obviously, you have the major bowls, and you've seen what they do as they off the chart in terms of the New Year's Six, $14 million, significant type of money. But you see how long they've been in the business for the Rose Bowl, going back 100 years in terms of what they do there and how they're tied into the CFP and how they have really engulfed all that money. But if you look at some of the other bowls out there, there was an article that talked about the Quick Lane Bowl, really focusing on New Mexico State, which it was encouraging fans to purchase tickets. And it wasn't so much about purchasing tickets. Obviously, you want to support your team. But a lot of it would maybe be the distance that a lot of fans wouldn't necessarily travel for a 6-6 Aggies team that was playing a 6-6 Bowling Green Falcons team, if you would, coming out of the MAC all the way in Detroit. So they were asking fans to support the team that did make a bowl and purchase tickets so they could donate them to Detroit area youth. That's a great thing for the youth to get a chance to get out and see some college football. But I wanted to get into some of the money. When you talk about this particular matchup, when you see what was going on here, three things to know about the Bowling Green as they entering into at that time the Quick Lane Bowl, which was this past week, if you would, a week ago, I should say. The university closed travel cost them $400,000 travel to Detroit. When you talk about the Celebration Bowl, one thing is unique. You heard last year they got the deal with Delta, actually flew the teams in there to Atlanta, and that was at no cost to the teams. So you didn't have to worry about that type of cost where you see it doing $400K for Detroit. And so some interesting things there when you think about it. But this is really, it was interesting when I seen this, when you talk about these payouts. Because a lot of folks talk about $1 million, $2, $3 million payouts for these bowls. One thing people don't realize, a lot of times these bowls have a bigger number in there, but they'll charge you, as you see, for your travel, your hotel stay, food and things of that nature while you're in there. They'll also charge you for the band in terms of the band and who you bring in there. They'll charge you a ticket price for the band members in the stand. And so the payout for the Quick Lane Bowl was $150K. Yeah, let me say that again. The payout for that bowl game was $150K, and which is why you see the fact that they were encouraging their fans to buy tickets, because this is where it can get a little benefit to the team. New Mexico State athletic director was quoted saying that the university will retain 100% of the revenue from the first 2,000 tickets it sells, 50% of the next 2,000 tickets, which by New Mexico wants its fan base to purchase all of these tickets, because if they did, they could recoup $420K in terms of what that means. So just to give you some indications of what's out there and why you really need to look at the contracts, or at least get some more information of some generalities of these various bowl games to get an understanding of what that looks like. So just on the surface, I'll go to you, Charles. What are your thoughts in terms of what that looks like when you see, especially some of these small bowls, in terms of what they bring to the table when you compare? Because a lot of folks would instantly go to the larger bowl games and say, hey, they're paying out this. And just so one of the things we always like to talk about only is the business side. So you see some of the numbers that go out there and get an understanding what that looks like. What are your thoughts?
Tremendously enlightening to really find out some of the ancillary costs. I think that those are things that you almost oftentimes take for granted, Dr. Gill, that you know, those the charging for the band and things of that nature. So you never sort of calculate those into what goes into the bigger picture. But it's fascinating to see the numbers finally, you know, out there for all of us to really grasp and understand, you know, what a jewel that you have within the Celebration Bowl, I think.
Yeah, and you see the numbers continue to move up, which always helps both in terms of attendance and the ratings, which is more powerful. So when you sit back in the table, it gives you a chance to to continue to push for bigger payouts. Mike, what are your thoughts in terms of just getting a different framework of the bowl landscape, how varied it can be at times?
Yeah, you often wonder, you look at all of the activities that take place, and then you look at, who's transporting the group here, who's transporting the group here, who's paying for this dinner, who's providing gift baskets for the team. Those are all costs that are buried underneath the umbrella of the bowl costs. So, and you take that into consideration, and then you wonder, does the bowl game have the sustainability of growth and volume over the course of 3 to 5 years to kind of, eat a lot of those ancillary costs down, such as transportation costs, hotel costs, dining costs, their awards costs, or whatever. I think in some bowls, some of the bigger bowls, I think some of the players get gifts or whatever. You wonder where that's covered, what pot that's covered in. So you get all those little, I guess, trinkets into that big basket of bowl costs. And then it gives you a different insight on, is this a viable bowl game? And like CB said, all that in consideration, it gives you more of an appreciation for not only the performance of the Celebration Bowl, but the growth that you've seen over the last 5-6 years.
Curious, when people work in sports, I always want to know, how did your love for sports begin?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how I can pinpoint when the bug bit me, but I always talk about, in our house growing up, there was always a black and white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud, and I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things, when you've looked at something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year, when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school, and so absolutely loved that.
And welcome everybody. We are live on the campus of Benedict College for Super Saturday Basketball on the Black College Sports Network. Women's action headed your way first, men to follow. Benedict this afternoon getting set to host the Lady Tigers of Savannah State University. Glad you could join us for our coverage of Black Super Saturday on BCSN. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story, joined momentarily by Roy Eavins as we get set for women's action here from the Maze Arena on the Benedict campus. Benedict coming in at 7-12 overall, 5-8 in the SIAC. Savannah State 14-4 overall. They are 10-3 in conference play. Savannah State first in the East, Benedict coming in third in the East with a ball game that's a replica of what happened on Wednesday of this week. Teams met down in Savannah, and it was the Lady Tigers of Savannah winning that ball game 70-51. New day, new story. We are inside the Mays Arena for Benedict basketball on a Super Saturday on the Black College Sports Network. 5 games on tap for you this afternoon, including the one here against the Lady Tigers and the Lady Tigers, Savannah State and Benedict College. Just about set to tip it off. We'll give you the starters as play starts to unfold. But officiating the ball game this afternoon will be Walter Miller, Kimberly Haywood, and Trevor Coleman. Set to jump it, and we are underway. Benedict handles the basketball first. Right side, they go down in the corner. That's Mahogany Randall with the basketball. She pushes it out front, and Madison Golden, the 5th-year senior, takes her first look at the rim and missed on that shot. For the Lady Tigers of Benedict, it's Mahogany Randall. Malaya Montgomery at the guard. She's a 5th-year player from Columbia. Jasmine Gracie starting, the senior from Savannah. Madison Golden, the 5th-year player, Golden, that is 5th-year player from Irmo, South Carolina. And Taylor Christmas, the sophomore from Decatur, Georgia. Those are the 5 that start for Coach James Rice. Coach Rice in his 11th season at Benedict College. Tigers work it down in the right corner. That's Amari Hurd, the senior, with the first basket of the contest in the right corner. For the Lady Tigers of Savannah, they will go with Maya Goolsby of guard. Isla Allen also out front. Maria Gibbs. Amari Hurd, she just hit that basket. And Decasia Lampkin, the freshman from Beaufort, South Carolina, 5 for Coach Cedric Baker. Coach Baker in his 18th season at Savannah State. Half-court set for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Results in a whistle down low, the first foul of the ball game. Benedict coming into today's ball game, shooting 34% from the floor and 57% from the free throw line. Golden, 5th-year player with the first free throw. She knocks that down, so Benedict registers first points of the ball game at the free throw line. Golden on the season, 59% from the charity stripe, 23-39 coming in today's play. Golden set for the second of 2. She had 21 in Wednesday's contest against her. All scores in that ball game, certainly leading the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Golden good from the line, got them both. Early on here in this first quarter of play, 9 minutes remaining in it, tied at 2. Tigers try to dump it down low, good anticipation at the block by Taylor Christmas, and Christmas knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be Amari Hurd who inbounded for Savannah State, just alongside the Benedict bench. Maya Goolsby, the senior from Greenville, Hurd with the basketball. They try to push it down low in traffic, tapped out of bounds. Good defensive collapsing down low by Jasmine Gracie for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. 12 to shoot now for Savannah State. Entry pass to her. She goes straight to the glass and gets her second field goal of this basketball game. 8:46 remaining in this first period of play. So maybe something with Laura Hurd after that shot. Officials talking to her. I'm not sure if this is just to give her an indication about that she may have been talking to the Benedict sideline as she was coming down the floor. Savannah State with the early lead. Benedict with the basketball. Left side, Gracie. Top of the key, this is Randall. Lost her dribble as she goes back out front and whistle. Turnover by the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Benedict were steadily in the ballgame on Wednesday against Savannah State. Turned the basketball over 24 times in that contest, or 23 in the ballgame. That led to 24 points off of turnovers for the Lady Tigers of Savannah, and they win the basketball. Up front with the basketball is Myla Allen, the freshman for Savannah.
She's too slow.
In traffic near the free throw line.
She's too slow.
It's going to be called on Randall, grad student from Pelham, Georgia, picks up her first. Randall, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block in Wednesday's ball game. 15 on the floor. 11.9 points per ball game for her. 215 points coming into action this afternoon. Savannah State has it. They have a 2-point lead. Allen tries to work it right side with underneath, floater to the racks off the mark. Whistle, shot clock violation. Good defensive work there for Benedict in that half-court set. Montgomery will bring it up the floor now for Coach Rice and Benedict. She works it right side. Trying to get it down on Christmas at the block if they can. She'll have it away from the basket, shoots the jumper, missed on it. Loose basketball cleared. Still on the floor now. Montgomery comes away with it. Benedict gets a fresh 20 to work with. Montgomery, right side, got some space, missed on the shot. Backside rebound is cleared by Hurd. And Savannah State back the other way with a quick step. Down in the corner with the jumper. Lampkin, she missed. Montgomery wants to run out, hit the Benedict. She will challenge on the inside, all the way through, and Montgomery got the lay-in. Nicely done there by Malaya going the length of the floor after getting that rebound. So Benedict ties it with that basket. Down behind the arc right side, just in front of the Benedict. On the lead, stopping with the jump is Hurd, missed on that field goal, but a backside rebound by Lampkin. Doubled in the corner. Push it back out to Allen. To the defense, but the basketball taken away on the inside. Good defensive work by Madison Golden, the fifth-year player for Benedict, to tie her up. And the basketball over to the Lady Tigers of Benedict. So Benedict with a chance to claim their first lead of this game. We're at 6:23 left in this first quarter of play. They push it down at the block for Christmas. Taylor spins it left hand, missed on the shot. Lampkin clears for Savannah State. Again, it's loose on the floor, taken away by the Lady Tigers. 2-on-2 basketball. Lead behind. Jumper. Good by Grayson. Jasmine Grayson squaring and knocking it down here in the Mays Arena. Benedict takes a 7-4 lead and a whistle out front. Great transition basket there for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Montgomery pulling the two defenders inside the paint. Grayson trailing behind the arc and just nailed the three. Entry pass into Lampkin. Padaya Owens set to come in next dead ball. Out front, gonna have a foul call there. Grayson trying to anticipate, jumped in front of Goolsby and got some body contact. Instead, it's Amaya Ashby, the redshirt sophomore from Miami, out on the floor now for Coach Rice and Benedict. Montgomery takes a seat. Out front is Nyla Allen for Savannah State. Benedict, 7-4 lead. Allen slides right side, floater at the free throw line, and she got it. Nice job there by Nyla Allen. Good body control inside the paint. The junior from Jacksonville got the basket for Savannah. Right side on the move now. This is Golden all the way through, and she got the lay-in. Madison saw the lane to the basket, took advantage of it, and got the lay-in. 3-point lead for the Lady Tigers of Benedict, and a turnover by the Tigers of Savannah State. Stepped on the inbound line, and the basketball goes over to the Lady Tigers of Benedict. 4:57 left in this first quarter of play. Benedict with a 9-6 lead. Gonna sit with the lead. We'll step out for a timeout here with more basketball action coming your way on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Live here on the back live on the Black College Sports Network. Super Saturday on BCSN. 5 games going on in action with network affiliated schools. As we are part of that this afternoon, Benedict hosting the Tigers, Lady Tigers of Savannah State. Men's action to follow. Benedict with a 9-6 lead and the basketball after the timeout. Christmas out front. She'll work it left side. Slides to the rack, lost the basketball on her way to the basket, but it was tapped by the Lady Tigers of Savannah. It'll stay with Benedict. 15 to shoot. Black College Sports Network with this coverage of its network affiliated schools. HBCU League Pass participating in the production and coverage of these schools. Miles is taking on Tuskegee this afternoon. Stillman hosts Bruton Parker. Morehouse is hosting Albany State, and Payne College hosting Carolina University. Those are the other ball games on Super Saturday on the Black College Sports Network. Meanwhile, here in the Mays Arena, it is a 9-6 lead for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They have the basketball half-court set. Grayson inbounds it out front to Golden. Golden picked up out front by Takesha Lampkin for Savannah State. 7 to shoot now for Benedict. This is Ashby with the basketball. Lost it out front. They got to hurry now. She'll try to hoist it. Got it in the air, but missed on the cylinder. So good defensive set. That trip down the floor for Savannah State. As Malaya Montgomery comes back out on the floor for Coach Rice. Benedict jumping into full court pressure now. As Nyla Allen, the freshman, handles for Savannah State. She'll be trapped near the mid-stripe. Lampkin across the floor now. This is Hurd. They go back to the right side and inside with the basket. That's Bria Gibbs. Gibbs, the senior from Greensboro, North Carolina, got the assist from Hurd. 1-point lead now for Benedict as Montgomery handles out front. Randall across the floor, now pumping the three. The rimmer is off by Golden. Had a good look there, just not able to knock it down. Allen back the other way for Savannah State. Cross dribble by her all the way to the paint. Benedict never picked her up. She goes coast to coast with the lay-in. So the lead back to Savannah State after the basket by Allen. Golden out front. Out the block. Christmas with the jumper. Back of the iron. Another good look, just didn't stay down. She gets the rebound though. And out front, this is Grayson. She works on the screen left side from Christmas. All the way to the rack with the left hand. Missed on the shot though. And the rebound cleared by Amari Hurd, the senior from West Point, Mississippi for Savannah State. Allen across the floor. Hurd behind the arc. Missed on the jumper. Montgomery with the quick step for Benedict now. Spins inside the paint. They never picked her up. Left the lay-in short though. Good move. Didn't get the basket. And back the way the other way that leads to a run out by Savannah State. They missed on the first, but Hurd able to clean it up with the rebound, and she'll lay it in. 2:06 left in this first quarter of play. Transition baskets for the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. Gives them a 12-9 lead over the Lady Tigers of Benedict College, and Coach Rice going to take a timeout after those baskets. Again, these teams met on Wednesday of this week in Savannah, and Savannah able to win that ball game at home 70-51. And a big part of that is the fact that the Lady Tigers of Benedict committed a rare 24 turnovers in that ball game. The Benedict Lady Tigers trying to right the ship here this afternoon against Savannah State. Benedict third in the East. They are the defending SIAC champs. Tigers of Savannah State, they right now are number 1 in the East and currently ranked in the region as well. So after the timeout, it'll be Benedict with the basketball. 2:06 left, first quarter action. Glad you could join us for our coverage on the Black College Sports Network. Super Saturday, one of 5 games being aired on the network. Montgomery to Golden. On the floor now is Amaya Gallman. Gallman not able to collect on that pass, and that leads to another run out by Savannah State. But the shot missed down low by Lampkin, and Benedict gets a break there. Here comes Golden, pushes down in the corner. Now back up top, Grayson again for 3, front of the iron on that one. 2-on-2 basketball now as Goldsby handles right side, and she'll wait on the rest of the team to catch her. Allen, the freshman, handles out front. Underneath, and tried to push it out there. Hurd able to save it from going out of bounds. Doubled over to Lampkin, 10 to shoot now for Savannah State. Goolsby pushes a 3, that one's off the mark. Rebound backside Lampkin though, and a whistle. The sophomore Amaya Gallman trying to catch up at the block. But Lampkin there early to claim the offensive positioning. Gallman commits the foul, so Lampkin to shoot here. So as Lampkin comes to the free throw line to shoot, we are joined in the broadcast now by Roy Evans. Roy, I know you got your hands full, but welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, one of those days, man. We are having a great day though, because we got things going on all across the network. We've actually got 3 games live right now. Another one starting within the hour.
All indicates a busy day for you for pulling it all together.
Hey, you know, it's a labor of love.
Indeed it is. Half court set for Benedict. They trail it 13-9 to the Lady Tigers of Savannah, but they're on the move right side. Nicely done by Montgomery to get the lay-in. Montgomery very smooth on that push to the basket, averaging 11 points per ball game. After the missed shot there.
Yeah, Charles, you know, I'm sorry about that. You know, I had a great opportunity to see these young ladies play a lot before the Christmas break. We did several games here, and Coach got a team that's young, getting back into it. You know, a lot of people expected more, but they're scrappy and they're aggressive in the process.
Seen that already. They've made a couple of good stops on the Lady Tigers of Savannah State in transition, leading into some easy baskets as well. Yeah. There. Foul committed at the mid-stripe. I don't believe it will be a shooting foul. That'll send the freshman Nyla Allen to the line for Savannah State. And to your point, Roy, you talk about the scrappiness. Sometimes that leads to a lot of free throw opportunities for the opposition. But if that's your style, that's your style.
Got it. Sometimes, you know, those are those situations, Charles, where you take the good with the bad,
sure,
and you're going to get it. And when you have a young team like this, I think a lot of coaches will take that because you don't want your players to get tentative in the defensive end. You want them to be able to stay aggressive and get in there. You know, this is because I don't think they lost multiple players from last year's team, so these young ladies are getting used to playing together.
On the average, they force teams at about 19 turnovers per ball game. To that point about aggression, and talk about aggression, Montgomery penetrating left side this time, missed on a lay-in, but she will be going to the line to shoot here for Benedict.
22 gives. That's her first team third. At the line shooting 2.
Malaya, 53% free throw shooter coming into today's action, 17 of 32 from the free throw line. And she connects on the first.
And you know, we are literally sitting, of course, right next to the fan. I'm sure you probably mentioned this already. I can barely hear, but the band of distinction here from from Benedict. And
they have not had their opportunity for their first playing session yet. And you will know when they have, because they are loud and very good.
They are. They are a great band.
Our final seconds of this first period. About 3 to shoot. They push it out front with a three-pointer, and that's Jasiah Jones just draining the three for the Lady Tigers of Savannah to bring us to an end of this first quarter of play.
Ladies and gentlemen,
at the end of the quarter, it's an 18-13 lead for the Lady Tigers of Savannah over the Lady Tigers of Benedict College. We'll take a break and back with more basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Back live inside the Maze Arena on the campus of Benedict College. Into the second quarter we go. Benedict trailing at 18-13 to the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. Lady Tigers of Savannah 7 of 15 shooting in the first quarter. The Lady Tigers of Benedict 4 of 15 from the floor. Got to get that percentage up as this game evolves. Jasiah Jones, the freshman, hit that three-pointer for the Lady Tigers of Savannah to end the first period. Misses on that runner in the left corner.
Out-of-bound violation, possession, BC
So over
Tigers.
to Benedict College. Largest lead of the ball game so far for Savannah State at 5. As Montgomery comes across the timeline for Benedict. Randall gives it to Dahlman. Down in the corner, Montgomery having trouble handling the basketball, and it's a turnover there by Benedict.
Teammate wasn't ready for the pass. She was actually cutting to come back into the top of the key, and her partner and her teammate threw the ball down into the post where she would have had a clear path to the basket this thing.
Fourth turnover of this first half for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Allen out front for Savannah State over to Jones. Zone defense for Benedict as they push it, Savannah State does to Hurd. Hurd dumps it down on the inside. Whit Gibbs left side, missed on her shot though. Montgomery wants to slide all the way through, and a whistle on her penetration.
Foul committed by number 5, Jones. That's her first, team first.
Jasiah Jones guilty of the foul for Savannah State. As Lampkin reports back out on the floor for Coach Cedric Baker of Savannah State. She replaces Paris Thompson, the senior that was out on the floor. Taylor Christmas, the sophomore for Benedict, works it left side. Randall out front, shot clock working its way to 10 now. Montgomery with 7 to shoot. Tied up at the baseline left side. And a personal foul. Jones again with the foul. So she's picked up 2 here in the last couple of minutes of play at the start of this second quarter. It'll be Montgomery at the line to shoot 2 for Benedict. Maya with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal in the tie-up with Savannah State on Wednesday of this past week. as Montgomery hits the first. Savannah State #1 in the East, followed by Clark Atlanta, then Benedict. Montgomery good on both from the line. Deficit cut now to 3.
And Charles, that's what you got to do. You got to make those freebies. You got to get in there and make sure when you're able to score when the clock is stopped, of course, that always helps your game out.
Sure. Particularly when you're trailing, that's an easy way to get back into a ball game. Hurd with an easy move on the inside for Savannah State, though. A little kind of semi-Euro step by her, and she got a basket right side. Lead back to 5 for Savannah State. Dahlman. Bounce pass, nicely done to
great
Christmas.
move
There.
I'm sorry, Charles. That was, I got to give Christmas that. I get excited when I see that because in today's game, you don't see a lot of the post players, the big players, cutting to the basket. They stand around, they wait for the ball to get to them. But Miss Christmas saw that it was there. She saw it was open, and she took it, went right into the lane. Because 9 times out of 10, exactly one of 2 things is going to happen. You're either going to get an easy layup, or you're going to get fouled, and you're going to go to the free throw line.
And that's exactly what happened. She's at the charity stripe now to shoot 2, and she is good on the first for the Lady Tigers. Great rotation by Christmas at the line on the basketball, and she got them both. Make it 20-17.
That's right. They're taking that lead down to 3.
Christmas on the season, 62% from the free throw line. She had 8 points, 8 boards in the ball game on Wednesday against Savannah. Allen handles out front for Savannah State now. Dumps it to Hurd at the block. Hurd to the glass, and she got a lay-in.
Charles, that's literally the second consecutive play where Hurd has been able to get right down the lane and get into the basket, Somebody's going to have to put a body on her or something.
Hurd, 14.3 points per ball game. 4th, Savannah State also leads them in rebounds. Benedict, half-court set now. Grayson surveys. Across the floor to Golden. Golden in the corner, whistles there. An offensive foul called on Golden. About 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Roy, for the Lady Tigers. That trip down the floor, they had Montgomery in the corner, but just couldn't get that basketball to her.
Yeah, that's one of the difficult situations. You know, you want to get your offense moving a little bit faster, but trying to get into their set sometimes, I think that's one of the challenges that Coach Rice might be seeing because, you know, you don't want to get, like you said, that deep into the shot clock.
Half-court set for Savannah State now. After the foul by Golden. Goolsby works it left side all the way through, and a whistle on her penetration. Goolsby, the senior from Greenville, South Carolina, listed at 5'2" on the roster, maybe 5'2", but she's quick of foot.
Yeah, that might be a slight exaggeration, Charles.
But she is quick, though, Roy. She made a good first step on the right side.
She is up and down the court faster than anybody on the floor.
Amaya Ashby out on the floor for Coach Rice and Benedict. Goolsby for the second. She got that one to fall, make it 23-17 after her free throw. Montgomery out front, Goolsby guarding. Christmas trying to set a screen way away from the basket. Lead behind, left side, jumper, spinner is good by Ashby.
Nice move there. Definitely, again, like I said, they're getting in there. If they can, like you were mentioning before about getting down and getting quick buckets, getting into your offense and making a move.
That's exactly what happened that trip down. Montgomery with the hard penetration. Ashby was free left side. Speaking about free, there's Lampkin left side for an easy lay-in for Savannah State. Just surveying it, the Savannah State Lady Tigers look to be a little bit taller overall than Benedict inside the paint, and right now they're taking advantage of it. Christmas at 5'10", she's the tallest on the floor right now for Benedict.
Charles, I think that's a great point that you're making, which is also another one of the reasons that Benedict needs to make sure that they don't give Savannah State an opportunity to get it set up into their offense.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, their defense on the defensive end.
Montgomery, hard push, left side, all the way through with the right hand. Nicely done in the paint. She was penetrating left, floated in the paint, got the right hand shot to the rack and got it in. Back the other way, tie up under the block. They'll call Montgomery for the foul for Benedict. Gallman back out on the floor for Benedict. And Taylor Christmas takes a seat. Good couple of minutes there for Taylor starting this second quarter of play. Not showing up in the box scores in terms of scoring, but a nice good sets of screens for her on the offensive set and good defensive work as well.
Yeah, Miss Christmas does a lot of the things that, as you mentioned, don't show up in the stat sheet or in the box score. She do everything for this team.
1 of 2 from the line for Gibbs for the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. Their lead back to 5. Montgomery works off a screen by Gallman. Now pushes back out front. 3-point shot rejected there. Good defensive effort by Lamkin.
It's a nice block.
Yeah. Got to call that as it was. That was definitely nice. Hard penetration, Gooseby, right side, left it short. Here comes Montgomery, though. Quick step by her. She'll push right side, pull it back, and throw it right over to Allen. Now they have numbers coming back the other way. Gooseby fires a 3-pointer, shot an air ball, but down low. There's the rebound and put back by Bria Gibbs. Just what we were talking about, Roy. Gibbs on the floor. She's an even 6 feet. Had offensive positioning as well, so an easy basket for her.
Oh yeah, I have to commend the young lady. She did she did exactly what you want your bigs to do. She kept the ball up high. She didn't bring it back down to give the guards an opportunity to get at it from her, and she was able to convert those 2 points very easily.
Chance for a 3-point play, and she gets it with the free throw. So the largest lead of the game so far for Savannah State now, 29-21. We're approaching the 5-minute mark left in this first half of play.
Of course, we are here for a doubleheader. The men will play approximately 20 minutes after this game is over. And like I said, it's an exciting day here on the network. Got a lot of things going on.
Super Saturday.
That's
Indeed.
it, Super Saturday.
So we got 3 going on now. A couple more to start within this hour.
Yeah.
So
well, 1 more will start in the hour.
Okay.
The last game of the day doesn't actually start until 4 p.m. Eastern. That's Payne College playing Carolina University.
Half-court set for Savannah State. Gooseby floater in the paint and got it down for the Lady Tigers. Gooseby, undaunted by the taller players inside by Benedict, got a floater to the cylinder and knocked it down.
Yeah, it's like they don't even see her.
Got to find her first, right? In the corner, hard move there by Randall. Pushes back to Montgomery. Now Ashby fires a 3 and missed on that one. The long rebound comes away to Grayson at the block and a whistle. Good job by Jasmine to collect that errant shot. And she will be going to the line to shoot. But she will be going to the line after we take this time out. 4:09 remains, first half of play. So Lady Tigers of Savannah with a 31-21 lead over the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Step out and back with more basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure, it's wireless. It's something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick and
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
It's like a loop machine.
Black College Sports Network live inside the Bays Arena on the campus of Benedict College. And now you can hear the band of distinction in the background. They are loud. Trying to get the fans into this one. Benedict trailing at 31-21 to the Lady Tigers of Savannah State University. Paul Ward, Roy Evans with the play call. Glad you can join us for our coverage on Super Saturday for Black College Sports Network.
Charles, I'm hoping that everyone else heard what you said outside of Super Saturday, because that's all I was able to hear.
And you're sitting right next to me.
Right here, yeah, right here. So the band is playing, so we appreciate that. But yeah, that was that's what you get sitting next to the band.
Well, that helps Grayson at the line. She hit the free throws. Make it 31-23 after the 2 from the line for her. A couple of substitutions in here from Coach Rice now. It'll be Soraya Fabriz out on the floor for Coach Rice. Also out there is Nakura Quick with a steal in the backcourt. And Trick won't stay down for Grayson. Lady Tigers had an excellent chance at a basket there on the transition with the steal, not able to knock it down though. Allen in the front court for Savannah. Foul line extended. Nice cross dribble by her to the glass and a whistle.
You know, the Savannah State guards, of course, are somewhat vertically disadvantaged against the rest of the players, but they are, as you mentioned, the quickest things on the floor. And their first step for both of these young ladies is great.
Yeah, Allen really with that right hand there, kind of a low ball fake to the right and just beat 2 Benedict players to the left to get free inside. She got them both from the line, make it 33-23, the lead at 10. We're at 3:38 remaining in this first half of play. Jasmine Golson, the freshman, or the 5th-year forward, is out on the floor now for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Christmas back out as well. So it's Randall, Grayson, Golden, Christmas, and Golson on the floor. Entry pass, Christmas. She'll spin. Guarded there by Amani Hamilton, the freshman for Savannah State. She just got out on the floor, and she commits that first foul right on the floor. So will be a shooting foul. Lady Tigers of Benedict now in the bonus. And Coach Rice sending in a fresh set of players at the scorer's table. Going to hold them off for just a second. Now he'll get them out there. Fabriz back out. Courtney McClaney out on the floor. Nakir Quick, the 6'2 junior from Tacoma, Washington. She's out on the floor as well. Traditionally, this is Coach James Rice. He will use his whole complement of players throughout the course of a ball game.
Yeah.
Christmas got the first free throw. Misses on the second, but the rebound fought for in the paint. Tie up there between Fabriz and the vertically challenged Mia Goldsby, but she does tie up the basketball.
Yeah. And listen, that's as I spoke about the young lady from Savannah State, the big who kept the ball in the air. With these young ladies, that is something I'm sure that they get a lot of practice in practice with these 2 guards. You know, and because coaches are always telling bigs, keep the ball up, don't bring it down.
Because when you bring it down, that's what happens. You give the smaller players a chance to rip it away from you.
Yep, as soon as if they get their hands on it, that's a leverage situation because they're
already down there.
Yeah, their force is already down lower, and you're trying to pull up.
Sure, good call, Roy. Sounds like you did pretty well in physics, huh?
Oh, absolutely not. No. Yeah, geometry was the last bit of math that I even understood. So yeah, I count money well. But
well, that's important. The older you get, the more important it becomes.
That's the one that matters.
Officials conferring at the scorers table now.
Yeah, I actually have a love-hate relationship with Pythagoras.
Oh, I got you. Well, at least you know the guy's name, right?
And that's about it, because none of those theorems stuck with me.
Walter Quiller. Now he's talking to Kimberly Haywood. Those officials down near the baseline trying to get on the same page. There's something here at the scores table that you're trying to get clear on. Right now, 3:20 remaining in the first half. It'll be Benedict's basketball. They dump it in low to Christmas. Taylor works to paint right side, draws a double. Shot partially deflected by Lampkin inside. Christmas again with the basket. Missed backside. Golden got a rebound and she's fouled. Great work by Benedict in that half court set. The bigs on the inside, giving 3 opportunities at a look at the basket there.
Most definitely. You commend those young ladies for fighting hard.
And Coach Rice now, a couple of substitutions back out on the floor. McClaney back out there. Same 4 he subbed out for a few minutes ago. And you have to be confident about the quality of your bench in terms of your full roster to do the things that Coach Rice does, because he is very comfortable substituting multiple players at one time.
Yeah, one of the things, had several opportunities to talk to Coach Rice, and one of the things that helps him with is finding out which set of ladies work well together. When you make those kind of wholesale changes like that, you're getting that opportunity to say, okay, well, let's see how this group works together. Let's see if they can fall into the offense quicker, see if they get their transitions better. So,
well, right now it's working. They cut into that Savannah State lead, 33-26, with a couple of good baskets.
Picking up some token full court pressure.
Down the floor, that was Kaya Eavins, the junior, trying to catch up with Nyla Allen. And that's another part of the substitution pattern by Coach Rice. He really wants to try to answer what he's seeing on the floor from Savannah State. Those quicker guards, he's trying to find his personnel that can match up and probably go step to step with them.
Most definitely. Because yes, we know that those two ladies can be a problem.
They have been thus far. 3:04 remains first half. Allen at the line to shoot. And she got the first of 2. Arendt on the second free throw. Golden quickly up the floor. Right side to Randall. Madison up top. She'll work off of the screen by Christmas. Inside the paint. Madison with the left hand. Oh, boy.
Nice.
You can't script that any better than that.
The dipsy-do.
Got the left hand lay in there. Turnover in the backcourt. Grayson took it away. And here come the Lady Tigers. Randall, right side. Golden up top. Grayson pushes a 3. Drains a 3 for Benedict. Way out front that time for Grayson.
Charles, just like that, we've got us a 3-point game.
Savannah State with the basketball. Benedict looking for another turnover here. Hurd to the rack right side. Missed on the shot. Goes backside to Lampkin. Lampkin inside. Gibbs. Her shot's off the mark. Blue jerseys at the base, though. They'll get another look. They are just beating with the screen-out game right now, Savannah State is. But now they say that the basketball was out of bounds on the turnover. So here comes Benedict now after a good defensive stop. Savannah State with 3 looks at the rim that time. But the basketball comes over to Benedict. Jasmine tried to dump it down low to Christmas. She's there with the lay-in.
Taylor Christmas misdo everything for these Lady Tigers.
Credit Jasmine Grayson with a beautiful pass at the block to lead her perfectly for the lay-in. 1 point differential now. Allen, the floater, right side, and she got it.
Basket number 20, Allen.
Randall pushes back the other way for Benedict. Golden, hard push left side all the way through. Shot rejected by Lampkin in the paint. It'll stay with Benedict.
Out of bound violation, possession, BC Tigers.
And to your point, Roy, we've seen a couple of blocked shots by Savannah State, but the Lady Tigers of Benedict not intimidated by that. They are still crashing and going to the basket. Just like that one down low. Golden got a lay-in.
Every time, like I said, they are going to fight, and they're definitely going to stay in this thing.
Allen underneath the defense, missed on the shot. They forced her to change her shot. And here comes Golden. Benedict with a chance to claim the lead. Good hard step by Grayson, right side. Out, Taylor pumps a three. Bingo for Taylor. Christmas. So Christmas comes early.
Christmas comes very early.
Allen free at the block, and she got the lay-in. 20 seconds left, first half. Tied at 38. We'll see if they play for the final shot. Grayson handles out front. 10. See who will take it. Grayson's hit a three. Christmas has hit a three. Whistles and a foul on the out front.
I think they're gonna call that on Miss Christmas. I think she grabbed her as the young lady was going by her. Yeah, they called that one on Taylor.
So Taylor trying to set that screen out front. Got a little bit too aggressive on her.
So Charles, really quick, just to kind of give folks a little bit before we get ready to go to the half and let's close out. Remember, if you are watching the Super Saturday on our BCSN customized player, over to the right side of the screen, you have all of our games that are there. All you have to do is select the box next to the arrow where it's pointing to, and you will be able to get in and check out some of the other games. You can stay here, watch our halftime programming, whatever you like.
Good note. Multiple games going on the Black College Sports Network. We got a good one going on here at the Mays Arena at Benedict College. At the break, it's the Lady Tigers of Benedict and Savannah State tied at 38 each. We'll take a timeout and back with more.
Doc, you mentioned Lincoln and the streak they've been on. They're the winners of 8 consecutive games. So they have not lost in this calendar year. There's only one team that has a consecutive
was a streak and it was 8, but I didn't realize they hadn't lost this calendar year. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, but there's one team out there who has a streak slightly longer than theirs.
I know. Oh, longer?
Yes, right now on the D2 level. On the D2 level. HBCU D2. Let me specify. HBCU D2 women. There's one team that has a longer streak.
Oh, well, that's easy to. Yeah. I mean,
Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. It's our forgotten HBCU on the D2 level. West Virginia State. They're the winners of 9 consecutive women.
Nice. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. I see you, Drew.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Keep
Drew.
that computer churning. I like what you're spitting out.
Great observation there, Drew, about the records in Division II. I want to do a breakdown of looking at people's non-conference later, because that's fascinating when you juxtapose it against Division I, which we know that's a different story, but still, I think it is interesting to look at.
Brian, 11 of the 29 women HBCU programs on January 22nd have double-digit wins.
Nice.
That's over 1/3 have double-digit wins. No one is winless.
Nice. And I still say 20 wins is a mark. I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
oh yeah.
That's
I love that 20. I love that 20-win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. really looking good. But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18, but it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20 win mark on it. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
As I mentioned earlier, with John, you're the executive director of the Celebration Bowl. Just curious, how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question because I still don't know the answer to that. It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them. Okay. And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, okay. And to work at putting us in a space where we aren't as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl, that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them. But as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and a lot, some in the trash heap. But because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we have to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and She Say Sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing. And you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job. Absolutely. So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
Let's move on to number 2, Howard Bison. Yeah, those Howard Bison are back to play basketball. They're one of the hottest teams out there also with 5 wins, sitting at straight wins, if you would, 12-10, 4-1. Had a major upset at Norfolk State last week, and they continue to roll. 3 first-place votes, 98. They move up 4 spots from number 5 in terms of what's going on this past weekend. So I wanted to make sure you understood that in terms of what took place there. In terms of some of these key matchups. When you look at Morgan State, they lost to Howard, that is sitting at number 2. I wanted to make sure people realize that, 88-56. Now, Morgan State did bounce back and defeat Norfolk State in one way. They pretty much dropped Norfolk State outside of the polls, just to give you some indication there. But guess who's number 1? Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawks. We had I've been for so long, and they're rocking and rolling quietly getting it done. They're sitting at 10-8, 4-1, and they got 4 first-place votes, not ranked, and jump in the polls all the way to number 1 with 111 points. They take down Central on the road 59-58, and that is after they bounce back and they take down South Carolina State on the road 76-60. Their previous loss in terms in conference play was their first game in conference when they lost to Norfolk State 57-46, but they've run it off since there. They defeated Howard 82-73. Delaware State 68-66. Maryland, South Carolina State 76-70, and just defeated North Carolina Central 59-58, as I said. 4-1 in conference play. That's your new number 1. Take it and leave it. I'm going with you, AD Drew. Woo! I told you I had something fire. I want to see what you say about this one. Get your calculator out. Where's your computer?
I'm almost speechless on this one, Dr. Kabir. Almost speechless. First of all,
you did pause, so you were speechless for a minute. I got you.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was a very pregnant pause. That was a 9-month pregnant pause right there.
With no creamies on there.
We are back live inside the Maze Arena on the campus of Benedict College, getting set for our second half action. At the intermission, it's a 38-38 tie between the Lady Tigers of Savannah State and the Lady Tigers of Benedict College. Glad you could join us for our coverage as we get set to start the third quarter of women's action, men's action to follow. Now it's time for the Align for Life second half adjustments. This is brought to you by Align for Life Chiropractics, located at 1800 Jonesboro Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Call them at 404-838-1100 to set up your appointment. Shout out to Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler, both proud members of Alpha Phi Alpha. Take a look at the second half adjustments that the Lady Tigers of Benedict need to make. They tied at the ball game at 38-38. They do these things, likely can come away with a win. First thing they've got to do in this second half of play, though, they have got to start boxing out down low. They want to limit the number of shots that the Lady Tigers of Savannah have inside the paint. They got a lot of second-up chance opportunities in that first half. If the Lady Tigers of Benedict can start boxing out a little bit better at the block, they can limit some of those shots. Second thing that the Lady Tigers need to do is set up defensively, set up more intensity on these guards for the Lady Tigers of Savannah State out front. They are having their way because they're quicker, and because they're quicker, they're able to go limit the amount of time that the Lady Tigers have to have in the defensive set. because the guards are just going so fast. So the Lady Tigers of Benedict have got to find a way to step up the defensive intensity on them. And finally, on the offensive end of the floor, if the Lady Tigers continue to work that ball on the inside to the bigs like Christmas and Golden on the inside, they're going to have two good results out of that, Roy. Either they're going to go in and work it and get a basket down low, or force the bigs for Savannah State to get into foul trouble.
Definitely, man. It's looking good. And I want to come back and read that again. We're going to read that lead-in because I'm not sure what everyone heard. We apologize if we're going to be redundant here. But that was the Line for Life second half adjustments. They're brought to you by Line for Life Chiropractors, located at 1800 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta, Georgia. That's Jonesboro Road, not Jonesboro, the city. You can call them at 404-383-1110 to set up your appointment. Special shout out to Drs. Williams and Fowler, who are members of Alpha Phi Alpha. Tell them that the Black College Sports Network sent you.
Yeah, we got it in. Good. I think everybody could hear that one.
That one we got out.
Into the third quarter we go, women's action. 38-38 as we get going. Whistles before things get started. Yeah. First 20 minutes of play, Savannah State 14 of 29 shooting from the floor, or 48%.
I think they're looking at the fact that the clock didn't start. Because we ran 3 or 2 seconds off at least. And
we'll try to restart it then. For the Lady Tigers of Benedict, 11 of 27 shooting in that first half at 41%. 3 big field goals from behind the arc really helped the Lady Tigers close that gap at the end of the first half to be tied to start the third. Looks like they're going to send the players back toward the bench before things get started. Benedict, good job from the free throw line in the first 20 minutes. 13 of 14 shooting at 93% from the charity stripe. For Benedict, they were led in scores by Malaya Montgomery. Montgomery, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from the floor, had 10 points. And Taylor Christmas with 11 points in that first half, also had 2 rebounds. Christmas with a big 3 down the stretch for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They got 8 from Grayson, 7 from Ashby, Madison Golden, and then 2 from Amaya Ashby in that first half of play. Double figures for the Lady Tigers of Savannah. They got 13 from Nyla Allen, to our point, Roy, about those faster guards. Allen with the 13, had 3 assists and 2 steals in that first half for Savannah State. And Bria Gibbs came off finishing that first half of play with 10 points. She had 2 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the floor for her. So that's the way things shaped up in the first 20 minutes of play as we get set to start the second half. Glad you could join us for our coverage on the Black College Sports Network on Super Saturday. One of 5 games throughout the entire day on the network. And these schools that are appearing on the network are network-affiliated schools that have the good sense to let BCSN provide their production coverage.
well, listen, there might be a little something extra in there for you. We appreciate that one, Charles.
Always willing to plug. So it's the Lady Tigers of Benedict now. This is Montgomery. They go right back in the paint to Christmas. Christmas guarded there by Gibbs. Taylor will backpedal. Spins inside the paint, floater to the rack. Missed on the shot though. But Montgomery runs it down for Benedict. They'll have a fresh 20 here. Across the floor to Randall. It's Randall, Golden, Montgomery, Christmas, and down low at the block. Whistles there as Golden on the penetration. 5th player, Jasmine Grayson, out there for Coach James Rice and Benedict. So Madison back to the free throw line. She was perfect from the charity stripe, 3 or 4 in that first 20 minutes of play for Benedict. 7 points total for her with the 3 rebounds. And she got that rimmer to fall on the first. Eight points on the afternoon for Golden. Now to 9 after the second. 13 of 14 shooting from the charity stripe in the first 20 minutes. Perfect here in the third. It's just Hurd with the basketball. That extended zone defense for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. As Savannah State works it inside the paint. Basketball's loose on the floor. Bounced out front, Goldsby. She'll have to fire a 3 from there. She missed on the shot. there. They get another look with Allen getting the rebound just beyond the arms of Grayson. So another 20 here for Savannah State. Hurd dumps it down low at the block, and the basketball tapped out of bounds. Turnover goes back the other way. That's a good defensive set there for Benedict, exactly what we were talking about, trying to make them work that clock and not get such an early shot off in the process. That means that the guards are beating our players out front, or Benedict's players out front, but that time things stayed even, and Benedict got the basketball. Grayson, Cox fires a three, missed on it. Goolsby comes away with it. She'll run it down in the left corner. Benedict by a basket. Allen, hard push right side. Here comes Hurd to the rack. Banked on the shot, she missed there. Christmas clears 4, but she threw it right over to Hurd. And Hurd missed on her shot. Good square up down low by Taylor Christmas. Grayson in the corner. This is Randall. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Backside rebound. Montgomery, though, saves it to Taylor. Christmas got the lay-in left side. Good job there by Maya Montgomery, the fifth-year senior, to collect that basketball before it went out of bounds. Left block is Gibbs. Gibbs missed on the shot. Montgomery after Grayson with the rebound. Here comes Maya, right side all the way through. Tied up there at the baseline by Goulson, and a jump ball. Got to go the other way. Savannah State will have it on the arrow. Backcourt pressure, steal by the Lady Tigers. Benedict back the other way now. Golden trying to throw it in the corner to Grayson, threw it right over the Hurd, and turnover for turnover. You go back the other way. At the sideline is Goolsby. She's free. Jumper off the mark. Rebound tapped around. Lampkin came away with it. Over to Allen. She'll fire a three-pointer and miss. Basketball tapped out of bounds by Hurd on the back side of the cylinder, and it'll go over finally to the Lady Tigers of Benedict.
Charles, just to give a quick score update right now, with 12-12 left in the second half, Morehouse leads Albany State 46-34. And we have Stillman tied with Bruton Parker 30-30 in the, looks like it's the women's game. I believe it's the third quarter.
Okay. Other ball games going on Super Saturday on the Black College Sports Network. Out front, Christmas rattled a three and missed it there. We have to extend our get well wishes to Douglas Whitler, the head coach of Morehouse College. Came up with a serious ailment after the ball game against Clark Atlanta last weekend. And we're all wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, we actually were doing an interview with Coach, and we was like, yeah, they were like, we need to get him to the hospital. We were like, cut the interview off, let's go. So hope he's definitely, like I said, wish a speedy recovery there.
Goolsby will work it left side, 2 to shoot for Savannah. That's exactly what we were talking about there at the keys to the second half, Roy. Good defensive work by the guards for Benedict up front. Golden at the block, and she lost it. Leads to a run out. Lampkin slides right side all the way through. Missed on the lay-in, but a whistle. Jasmine Golson, the fifth-year player from Waldorf, Maryland, trying to catch up with that play for Benedict. She'll be guilty of the foul. But you got to like that adjustment by Coach Rice. He saw exactly what we were talking about in terms of the adjustment with the guards up front. They are forcing them to get deeper and deeper into that shot clock. Savannah State on their half of the floor. Benedict with the 4-point lead. 6:06 left in the third. Benedict. About 5 more games left on their regular season schedule.
Missed both of those, and right now the Lady Tigers had an opportunity for a fast break, pulled it back, decided to set an offense.
It'll be Grayson out front with the basketball. Benedict by 4. Christmas pushes down in the corner. Jasmine once again behind the arc, over to Taylor. Christmas on the weave. And now they come to Randall. Randall lost it momentarily. 5 to shoot now. Bounce pass, Christmas left side, got the lay-in and the whistle. Taylor Christmas just going to work here inside the Mays Arena.
And Charles, let's see. Well, we'll get ready. We're going to see if we can take a look at that here in a minute.
It's a wonderful bounce pass on the inside. Shot clock winding down. And then Christmas with a good hard move left side for the lay-in. Can't write that up much better than the way it played out on the floor.
Not at all.
Rattles the free throw attempt and missed it out of bounds. It'll go over to Savannah State. 5:32 left the third quarter of play. Benedict 44, Savannah State 38. Largest lead of the ball game for Benedict at this point.
Yeah.
Tashia Jones out on the floor now for Coach Baker and Savannah State. This is Hurd out front in traffic, and they throw it away. Golden has it for Benedict. Golden foul line extended. Out front to Grayson behind the arc. Tried to get it back to Golden, but Hurd tapped it out of bounds. Golson set to come back out on the floor. She'll replace Malaya Montgomery in the lineup. Savannah State sending out Autumn Westmoreland. She'll replace Goolsby in the Savannah State lineup. Across the floor, this is Golson with the basketball. Trying to get into the paint to Christmas. She's there. Spins left side to the rack. Left that one short. Back the other way comes Jones. Jones to Allen. And we are under 5 minutes left in the third. Move right side by Westmoreland. Basketball tapped out of bounds. Turnover gives it over to Benedict College. And that'll bring us to a timeout here with 4:46 left in the third. And a timeout comes with Benedict leading at 44-38 over Savannah. Take a break here on the Black College Sports Network.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry. Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. So it's always worth it. Now, what did we learn about using less? You gotta roll it back, everybody. We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Back live at Mays Arena. Good quarter of basketball for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Here's one of the plays we're talking about, that half-court set. Watch the bounce pass in there, right at the feet of Taylor Christmas, and Christmas does a good job squaring up and got the lay-in for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. That's exactly how they wanted to do it in that half-court set. Assist out front in the basket by Taylor Christmas. Grayson pushing all the way to the rim for the Lady Tigers, missed on the shot. Here comes Savannah State back the other way now. Josiah Jones out front. Defensive assignment, Jasmine Golson has her. Shot clock at 15. On the move at the block now. They force one down in the corner. The shot by Jones is off the mark. But they get the basketball. Allen works it right side, left her, short of the mark. Taylor clears. Over to Randall. And Mahogany will have to wait on the rest of the crew in this set. Golson handles. We're at the 4-minute mark. This is Golden handling here. Golden left side all the way through. Whistles as she crashes underneath the board. Missed on the lay-in. But Madison will be going to the line for Benedict.
Foul committed by number 25.
Leah Montgomery back out on the floor. So Golson should be shooting 2 with 3. So Golden got the first. And rims them good for both of them for the Lady Tigers. So it's Benedict with a 46-38 lead now. Hurd back the other way and bumped hard down at the baseline by Mahogany Randall. So Hurd will be going to the line for Savannah State. Out on the floor now for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. Emaya Gallman back out. She will replace Taylor Christmas in the lineup. Coach Rice now trying to get the attention of Walter Quiller. As Hurd is at the line shooting. No doubt asking about that contact down low. So Hurd will be shooting 2 here for Savannah State, and she missed on the first of 2. Came in at only 51% shooting from the free throw line at the start of this ball game. Savannah State at 70% shooting from the line as a team, as Hurd missed them both there. Basketball is loose. It comes to Montgomery. Montgomery going to run it right to the rack and got the lead for the Lady Tigers. She took the basketball away on the defensive end, drove it the length of the floor, got the floater inside. 10-point lead now for Benedict. Hurd dumps it down low at the block to Lampkin. Jumper by Lampkin, spinner comes out of there. Rebound Gallman, and here comes Benedict again. Montgomery, Golden. Benedict out front. Leah inside the paint, tied up and taken away by Lampkin. Good defensive work by her. Lampkin runs it right side. Golden challenges on the inside and whistles as they collide underneath the cylinder.
Charles, let's take a look at that last play that got everybody hyped, primarily for me because I missed it. So we want to take a look and see what happens here. But that's a great rip out there to the front, and as it was announced in stadium, Dipsy Do up to the rack.
Yeah, she did all of that on her own. That basketball was loose on the floor, scrambled to get it, kept control near the mid-stripe, saw that there was a lane for on the inside, challenged, and got a lay in. Lampkin got the first of 2 from the line. Leah Montgomery, the 5th-year player from Columbus, Georgia. As the second free throw is missed, put back by Hurd is off the mark, and Gallman clears for Benedict. Golden, lead behind. Montgomery pushes a 3, drains it from outside for Benedict. Way downtown, Malaya Montgomery knocks it down for the Lady Tigers. 51-39 after the triple by Malaya. Lady Tigers take a timeout. Good job of transition basket there by Benedict. Malaya Montgomery on the receiving end of both of those. Prior play, stole the basketball, went in, got a lay-in inside, and this time they push it back to her out behind the arc, and Montgomery is all good. So Benedict building on their lead now, 51-39. These teams played on Wednesday of this week. Savannah State won that ball game. In that contest, Benedict committed 23 turnovers, which is one of the reasons that they lost it. Because what happened after the 23 turnovers, it led to 24 points off of turnovers by Savannah. Not seeing that today inside the Mays Arena. Good job by the Lady Tigers of Benedict. That's what Coach Rice is going to send Gallman, Grayson, Looks like it's going to be Golson out there and Golden coming back after the timeout. But Savannah State coming back after the timeout now. They took the timeout. Benedict trying to go to 8-12 on the season and enhance their conference mark to 6-8. Right now, number 3 in the East. They were predicted in preseason to finish first, defending SIAC champions. And Savannah State coming in, they are first in the East right now. So this is a big ball game for Benedict in terms of trying to upset that apple cart with standings in the East Division as we start getting closer and closer to the SIAC tournament coming up at the end of February.
Oh, yeah.
So after the timeout, it'll be Savannah State with the basketball. And the Lady Tigers of Benedict looking to pick up. Looks like they're going to kind of hang into that zone defense. Allen slides left side all the way to the rack, missed on the shot. Rebound fought for, nicely done and cleared by Benedict. This is Randall with the basketball. She'll leave it to Golden. Up top, 4-3. Golson, spinner out of there, but there's a putback on the inside, but Gallman can't finish. Good block out on the inside, though. Allen pushes back the other way for Savannah State. 2:13 left in the third. Men's action to follow on the Black College Sports Network. Trying to get it on the inside to Hamilton, who's on the floor. Allen inside the paint, pushes back out front, jumper from out there, shots off the mark. It was Westmoreland who took it. Good defensive work by Benedict, that half-court set.
There you go again, Charles. Like I said, if they can get him in there, make him go down to the bottom side of the shot clock, Savannah State's having a difficult time getting good looks.
No difficulty on the right side by Golden as she got the lay in there. And at this point in the game, Roy, with the lead starting to be stretched by Benedict, the longer Savannah State's in burning clock to get shots off, that works to their disadvantage.
Works to the advantage of the Lady Tigers. Well,
indeed.
The Lady Tigers of Benedict. Since we
you
are
won't be wrong if you
Tigers,
just say Lady Tigers.
Right.
But you're right, works to the advantage of Benedict. We're approaching a minute remaining in the third. Whistles on the penetration by Goldsby, right side. They're going to call that. They're going to call that on Jasmine Grayson. So it'll be Goolsby at the line shooting for Savannah State. Taylor Christmas set to come in. And she'll replace Grayson, who just committed that foul. 64 seconds remaining in the third. And Goolsby shooting. Boy, man, Savannah State has just gone cold from the free throw line as well.
They have. It's one of those things, man. I think the rally that Benedict was able to put on at the end of that second period to get back into this thing and in essence start the game all over again. They were both knotted at 38. And so this is the first points that they've had, and we're almost done with the third period.
No doubt about it. 60 under a minute remaining in this first half of play. Timeout on the floor. We'll step out for a quick timeout as well. This is the Black College Sports Network on Super Saturday.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
We are back live inside the Maze Arena on the campus of Benedict College. Super Saturday basketball on the Black College Sports Network. Benedict starting to take control of this basketball game. They lead at 53-39. Trying to avenge an earlier loss this week to the same team in Savannah. Now, Coach Rice is starting to try to get this team to work the clock in the half-court sets. Down in the corner, Golson. 5 to shoot now for Benedict. Golson's got to look for rim. They're trying to get it to Taylor on the inside. Instead, they try to go backside Gallman, but throw it out of bounds.
Checking in for the Lady Tigers.
Malaya Montgomery coming back out on the floor.
Montgomery replacing Grayson.
She'll replace Golson in the lineup as she takes a seat. Allen out front for Savannah State. Gallman pops out on her. They try to slide pass on the inside at the block. Down deep. Good defensive work by Gallman. Gallman just straight up and squaring up on the defense. Basketball over to Benedict. Randall almost lost it, but regains. This time she got it tied up into her extended hair, but able to get it out of there. Montgomery shot it, shot blocked right before a shot clock violation.
Is that the shot clock? Oh no, that was
the end of the
third
quarter here. They tried to get one airborne before the break, not able to get it there. Lampton blocked it. But at the end of 3, everything flowing the way of the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They lead at 53-39. Back with more on the Black College Sports Network.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Taylor Christmas with 15. Malaya Montgomery with 15. And Madison Golden with 13 players leading Benedict in this surge as they lead at 53-39, holding the Lady Tigers of Savannah to just 2 points in that third quarter of play. Can't get much better than that. Jumper out front. Just when you say you can't get much better than that, Randall rings up a 3. Triple by Randall. I believe those are her first points of the ball game. Entry pass down at the block. This is Gibbs working. Missed on the spinner. Basketball fought for Savannah State with another look. Benedict up by 16 in the ball game. Jumper nailed by Gooseby in the corner. They needed that basket desperately, Savannah State did. Just underway here, fourth quarter of action. Charles Ward, Roy Eavins with the play call. Benedict basketball on the Black College Sports Network on Super Saturday. Nice step inside and turn by Taylor Christmas. She's got 17 now. Allen, right side, trying to find some space, but the defense is getting tough now by the Lady Tigers. Whistles on the inside. Offensive foul called against Akeisha Lampton.
That's Lampkin's second.
Boy, you just get the sense when we talked about the Align for Life chiropractic second half adjustments, we talked about the 3 things we thought were important, and surely enough, we've seen those from Coach James and the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They have worked it to script in terms of shutting down Savannah State.
Most definitely, you know, it's like we were reading Coach Rice's mind when we were talking about this, and he came in and he got the ladies doing it. Continually getting the ball down to your bigs who were extremely dominant every time they put their hands on it.
Oh, you
and Charles,
put your hands on it.
When you do that, you open up your outside shooters.
That's exactly what happened there. Golson goes back-to-back triples for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They are blowing the wheels off now. They lead at 61-42. Across the paint, sliding underneath. Shot is off the mark by Gibbs. At the baseline, Golson tried to save it, and it comes away to Savannah. Now it's taken away by Randall. And here come the Lady Tigers. Golden in the corner. This is Randall again. Oh, yeah! Golson again, Roy. 3 trips down the floor, and she's bang, bang, bang.
And right now, as you hear this BC crowd getting into this game, and the Lady Tigers of Benedict are giving us some 3-point bomb highlights.
And Golson just nailing them. Allen tried to quiet the crowd with that jumper, the little lay-in right side for Savannah. Make it 64-44 now. We're approaching that 7-minute mark remaining. That big third quarter, how big was that for the Lady Tigers? Holding Savannah State to just 2 points. Here comes Golden right side. Out front to Randall. See if they can get it back over. They'll go up top, jumper, foul out extended. This is Taylor Christmas. She's got 21 now. Allen circles out front. Ten to shoot, jumper at the foul line, shot left short by Gibbs. Golden handles, and she's backed in the cup, bumped in the backcourt by Lemkin. My, oh my. Jasmine Golson, the 5th-year player from Maryland, putting on a show. She has connected on her last 3-point efforts for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. She's set up on the left side of the floor to see if they try to get that basketball to her. They'll burn some clock here. Everything favoring Benedict at this point. Right side, they work it. Taylor Christmas takes one from out front. She missed on it. .608 remaining. Golson at the block to Lamkin. They reset it back out front. Jones with 3. Missed on the shot. Backside rebound. Grayson clears for Benedict. Trapped in the backcourt and a whistle. They'll call the foul on Bria Gibbs, the senior from Greensboro, North Carolina. Only team foul number 3 on Savannah. So it'll be Grayson to inbound it in the backcourt. Malaya Montgomery has had an outstanding game for the Lady Tigers. Gets a good screen out front by Christmas. And works it down low. They'll get her for the travel violation at the baseline or tied up. Well, Coach Rice is asking for a tie-up. But Montgomery just a little bit off balance at the baseline and steps on the inbound line. Amari Hurd back out on the floor for Savannah. Randall departs, and Jasmine Golson. Golson with a fine job for the Lady Tigers. She'll take a seat. We'd like to have seen if she can keep that 3-point present continuing here. Allen challenged at the block. Christmas wins that battle, blocked away as the shot by Allen. Grayson to Taylor. She's doubled and had it tapped away from behind. Good defensive work by Amari Hurd. She'll run it down in the corner. And on the weave, Gibbs at the Golson trailing. She missed, but on the left side is Gibbs, and she missed. Fresh 24 Savannah State, though. We approach the 5-minute mark in this basketball game. Golson creating contact. Randall trying to back up a bit, and she commits the foul. So Goldsby would shoot. And Randall picks up her first. Lady Tigers of Benedict back in action on Monday, right here in the Mays Arena. They'll host the Tigers of Edward Waters. Timeout on the floor here. 4:53 remains. 66-44 lead for the Lady Tigers of Benedict. We'll take a break here on the Black College Sports Network.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hello and welcome back. As we return from that break, the band, of course, performing. You saw some of the cheerleaders doing a little in-game setup. I believe this is Miss Allen who is at the line, or Mia Gooseby, I'm sorry. 3, looks like she missed the first one. 4:53 left. Charles Ward on your call. I am Roy Evans.
Certainly glad to be here at Mays Arena. Glad to say things are working out the way that they are for the Lady Tigers of Benedict at this point, Roy. You hold a team to just 2 points in a quarter of play. That says a lot for your defense, and that's going to give you full steam ahead on the floor. Right now, Benedict from the floor shooting 45%, 21 of 47 as they get another basket there. And more importantly than that, Roy, Benedict 7 of 17 from behind the arc in terms of shooting. That will allow you to boost your lead quickly as well. Contrast that with Savannah. They're only 1 of 8 from behind the arc. And they started out well from the free throw line, but have dipped now to just 11 of 22, go to about 50% of their shots there. So the categories that they need to stay into the ball game, they just are not affecting those at all.
Right, definitely. And what, Charles, what did we talk about? They got him all the way down. 2 seconds left. They had to force up an unwanted shot. It was not a good look. And Coach Rice is doing what he wants with these young ladies right now.
Under 4 minutes left in the contest. Montgomery handles out front. She is one of 3 players in double figures for the Benedict Tigers. 15 for her, along with 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Golden inside, whistles on her penetration. Taylor Christmas with 19 points in the ball game, 7 of 16 from the floor. Also has 4 rebounds. And it's Madison Golden, the other Benedict player with double figures. She's got 13 at this point, and she has 5 rebounds.
And Charles, just another quick score update. Right now, Morehouse with about 20 seconds left in the game leads Albany State by a score of 66-56.
That's a good update there, and you know they are really playing inspirational basketball because of them, I'm sure, thinking about Coach Whittler and at least having dedicated this game, if not the remainder of the season, for him.
Right.
Back the other way comes the Lady Tigers of Benedict. They come with a 68-45 lead in tow. Now, this is what's going to happen all the way with 3 minutes left. They're going to work that clock on the half-court set.
And that is now a final in Atlanta, Georgia. The Maroon Tigers of Morehouse win 66-56 over the Rams of Albany State. Getting ready to get things in, so they'll be shutting that down over there and heading in and getting ready for some of the other action. I'm going to switch over my coverage to just kind of see what's going on in Miles and Tuskegee.
Okay, yeah, well, let us know. You go to Black College Sports Network, you have your choice of the games you want to watch. One just concluded at Morehouse, but you got other options on that screen as well as Hurd gets a lay-in for Savannah. Just a perfect setup for Black College Sports Network on Super Saturday with the multiple games going on and a chance for you as you log into Black College Sports Network to view it all.
Yep. And right now, folks, we also want to take a moment to ask you all, well, we were going to here. Well, before I say anything else.
Well, I'll feel until you find I know what you're looking for. So.
Yeah. It's like, well, it was here a second ago.
Right now, Benedict with the 68-47 lead, well on their way to enhancing their conference mark to 6-8 and getting close to the division leader, the Lady Tigers of Savannah, who are at 10-3 right now in SIAC play. If this continues the way that it will, they'll fall to 10-4, and Benedict getting a lot closer to that #1 seed in the East if they can keep on track for the remainder of the season. This was a big win, or is on its way to a big win for Benedict here in Saturday basketball on Super Saturday. They still have Albany State, Allen, and Clark Atlanta University remaining. Benedict does in the East on their schedule. For Savannah, they have Clark Atlanta, Albany State, Fort Valley as well on their side. Down low whistles on the penetration by Christmas. They will get her on continuation, and Taylor Christmas has her 21st point of the ball game on a lay-in, and she's going to the line. Christmas with just an outstanding performance in this basketball game. And we say that offensively and defensively. 21 points, now 22 after the free throw. Malaya Montgomery back out on the floor for Coach Rice. As we go to 1:58, the clock running here inside Mays Arena. Still on a defensive end by Benedict. Back the other way comes Taylor. Got to lay in there. She is up to 23 on her total. Willis in the backcourt. Hurd has it near the mid-stripe. Coach Rice trying to influence that call, saying that we got it at the sideline. It'll stay with Savannah, though.
And Charles, just to kind of give another update here, Miles and Tuskegee women are at the half. Miles is up 36-33.
Wow.
So
Tuskegee.
The Golden Tigers lead, the Golden Bears leading the Golden Tigers on that end.
Indeed. Y'all did the Tuskegee Miles women's game on Wednesday of this week. A close ball game there that Tuskegee was able to pull out. They are right now 13-0 in conference play. But Miles right there on their heels. Another crack at them in the same week. We'll see how that one plays out. We are down to 1:15 remaining here. They are jangling the keys, which is an indication it's time for somebody to go home.
Yeah, I think the crowd is getting a little raucous, and
Benedict trailing in that first half, able to get it tied at 38 each going into the intermission. And in the third quarter, just took a commanding lead, primarily by holding Savannah State to just one field goal in that third quarter of play.
yeah, that was huge. And I definitely looking at, we get an opportunity to talk to Coach Rice after the game. We'll get him over here. But he has to be happy with that third quarter, to say the least.
Sure, any coach would be. You couple that with a great defense, but the offense was just outstanding as well. They really started to find their range, Benedict did, both going into the inside and even from shooting from the floor on the exterior. So everything working well.
One more update. Right now, Bruton Parker is leading Stillman by 2, 56-58. The women with about 35 seconds left in that game, or at least in regulation.
All that viewing pleasure yours by visiting Black College Sports Network. Jumper in the corner. This was left short by McClaney. So the Lady Tigers just trying to finish up now. Going down hard to the floor. It's just Josiah Jones for the Lady Tigers of Savannah. And she will be shooting. Opportunity for Coach Rice to get some players into the floor and get some playing time in that they wouldn't ordinarily get if games are closer.
And I will go ahead and say, you know, as we prepare for our 25th anniversary, we're asking folks to come out and support us here at the network. We've been producing and broadcasting HBCU sports since 1998. Of course, you can see as it's up on the screen, you can go to myjbn.com/grow to show your support. You can donate. We've got multiple ways. Well, since it's a timeout, we can go ahead and put that back up there, folks.
Sure.
Multiple ways that you can donate and get engaged. At worst case scenario, what we're asking to do, share our pages, like our pages, get your friends out. That costs you nothing but a couple of seconds of your time. And it helps us to continue to give you all the most HBCU coverage and original programming than any other network at absolutely no charge. So
that's a big caveat there at the end, no charge. And want to take my hat off to you, because as you have that on the screen, it looks like it's just a little corporate kind of network thing that's just somebody there with a lot of people put together. But at the core of this has been your effort to bring this to life. And I've known since you started this effort, I've known you since that time, and you've just taken it step by step, progress by levels of progress, and this is where you are now, providing the most coverage that you can get as it relates to HBCU sports. So job well done.
Well, thank you. But as they say, no man is an island unto himself. And, you know, I've got to shout out my partner, Brian Fulford, who has been there since day one. We started this thing together. He's been there, and without him, this is impossible. Of course, the team that's around now, 80 Drew, doing a lot of different things, and has been with us the last few years. We've got folks who, some of these folks have been with us, man, for over 10 years and continuing to stay in the process with us as we continue to try to grow this thing and make it happen and continue to be your number one source for HBCU sports and athletics. And that's all sports and athletics, not just your revenue generation.
Absolutely.
Baseball and softball season is about to come up. So be on the lookout for that. We literally just did Morehouse's men's volleyball match last night. So
all over the place, basically.
Yes, sir.
And deserves the support. Reverse lay in there by Jones. I think they got some problems with the clock at the scorers table. You see the officials over there, Kimberly Haywood, just kind of like, okay, can we just get this one over now?
37:30. The women and men will play.
Are they're adjusting the clock again, it looks like. Okay.
And you take the bounce back by the Lady Tigers of Benedict, just incredible. They played this team on Wednesday in Savannah, lost that ball game 70-51. And boy, you talking about coming back and repaying that in dividends. Lady Tigers have done it this afternoon, right now by 21 in the ball game.
Well, you know, that's one of the advantages of the home crowd. You know, you get in there and you got your home crowd with you, so you're able to have that extra energy when you're looking for it and when you want it. So
at this point, turnovers by Benedict completely minimized in today's ball game compared to what they did on Wednesday. Only 13 at this point in the ball game, with just a few seconds remaining in it, compared to 23 that they had in Savannah. That makes a big difference in terms of the quality of your play as well. And more to come your way on the Black College Sports Network, because we'll turn our attention to the men after this ball game takes place. They go down at the block and throw it away, so here comes Allen for Savannah. They push it across the floor. Three-point shot out front by Aaliyah Carlock is off the mark. Now Jones will try one. Her rimmer hits the cylinder and spins out. Don't think it's going to count. They won't count it. She got it to fall, but she didn't get it off before the buzzer. So final in this ball game.
Charles, let's take us a quick break. We're going to come back, see if we can get Coach Rice over, talk a little bit.
74-53, the Lady Tigers of Benedict winning over the Lady Tigers of Savannah State University. We'll take a time out here, back with more activities on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients. Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us. For every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan. Starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
We're back live inside the Maze Arena on the campus of Benedict College. Women's action just concluded, and a big win this afternoon for the Lady Tigers of Benedict College over the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. And we're joined now in the postgame by the head coach of the Lady Tigers of Benedict College, Coach James Rice. Coach, thanks for being gracious enough to take some time with us after the ball game.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate talking to me right now.
Well, in that first half of play, probably would have been a different conversation if things had kept going the way that they were, because Lady Tigers played behind most of that first half, but you were able to regain, and by the end of that first half, had it tied at 38. What did you tell them going into the locker room?
Right. Well, first, leading up to the locker room, going to the locker room, I thought the young ladies that we probably never played, they came out and they gave us a spark. They gave us an energy that was needed. And you know, the young ladies that saw them play or that normally plays, they saw that energy and they saw that they were successful going out there and they could do the same thing. So I think that was the key to the game, the turning point. The turning point where those young ladies, which were probably like 4 or 5 freshmen, came out there and we tried to extend our defense and everything, and it caused them a little bit of problem. So I thought that helped us out leading into the locker room. But the talk was, hey, look, we can play. We can play. It's just our confidence. We're young, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and get a little bit better for us, our games and everything.
What were they doing, meaning Savannah, in that first half of play to allow them to get that lead? It looks like their guards were beating us to the spot on the floor and allowing them to have their way either going straight penetration or tapping it off to the bigger players.
Yeah, just that. I mean, penetration, getting into the lane, paint touches, that's what they was doing, Savannah State, and they do a real good job of that. Those 2 guards that they got are really good. I mean, they're one of the top 2 guards that I done seen. I mean, we got some good guards in our conference, but those 2 right there are really at the top of the class. And I thought they was getting downhill. And at the end of the day, we can't let them get downhill. And we wasn't doing what we said that we was going to do or what we planned to do earlier during practice. We got a chance to see them in Savannah, and we didn't do a good job. we got a chance, and we got a chance to better ourselves on a defensive end. And I thought we did a good job the second half, and that helped us come back and control the game.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Talking about the keys to the second half was one that they just had to do a better job on those guards to kind of take them deeper into their shot clock, because they were getting early shots, getting easy lay-ins, but it was a totally different thing in the second half.
Right. That was the plan. I mean, hey, make them go not downhill, but uphill. And as long as they're going uphill, we got an opportunity. Those young ladies get downhill, they can shoot, they can pass, they got a high basketball IQ, 3 and 20, and just about the whole team is pretty good. I like Savannah State, and I like our young ladies as well, and I think this is going to help us boost a little confidence with our young ladies.
You referenced the fact that you all played them earlier this week down in Savannah in a ball game that the Lady Tigers committed 23 turnovers, leading to 24 points off of turnovers for them. So that was a big factor in that ball game, but you held the turnovers down in today's game, which enabled your team to play a little bit more relaxed, because with 23 turnovers, it's difficult to beat anybody, but a different story this afternoon.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that we talk about every game. Let's try to limit our turnovers, but, you know, we probably average like, 26, 27 turnovers a game. So it's, you know, that's us. I mean, if we can limit those turnovers and we can get shot opportunities, we probably be in a whole lot of games. So that was one of our talks. We talked about that too as well. You got to handle the ball. You got to be able to handle pressure if it is pressure. But a lot of times we turn the ball over without pressure. So it's not even, you know, it's us. So we just got to get better with that.
I understand. That's definitely a different type turnover there, right, when you do it yourself.
Right.
But a big win. Let's talk about some of the players that just had that big second half for us. Taylor Christmas for sure, but outside shooting, Golson came along, hit three big three-point back-to-back baskets for you that were really big.
Right. Well, Jasmine Golson she's a pretty good ball player, a really good shooter and everything. And she didn't play against Savannah State. You know, we had her here at home, but she came in. That's what she can do. She can shoot the ball, and a lot of them can shoot. It's just about now we're shooting on our courts, getting an opportunity to see that ball go down. I think the confidence is going to go up, and we're going to be okay. But I thought, you know, that second, the second semester with the kid that we picked up, Malaya Montgomery. Oh man, y'all, she making a huge difference with our team, man. She turned this whole program, her whole energy just coming along. It's with a young team that we got. She's a grad, and it's just helping us out tremendously, man. So, I mean, she's the really, right now, I'm going to tell you that's the key right there.
Well, I believe you, because at one point she had that steal on this end of the floor, took it down the length of the floor and got that lay-in, and then came right back after that and hit another big basket. So that was a big swing.
Right. Yeah. And, of course, you know, we got some of the young ladies that return and everything. They're starting to step up a little bit, get their confidence. Now it's their turn. So I think in the beginning of the first semester, I think they wasn't ready for that. Now they're starting to be called, you know what, I'm not going to let my season end like this, so I think I'm going to try to do a little bit harder. I'm going to make a better commitment and everything. I think our young ladies are doing a good job of that now. Like I talked to them, we talked to them, the coaching staff and everything. We say, hey, look, at the end of the day, we want to play our best basketball at the end of February. So that's what we're trying to do right now. And I think we're heading in the right direction right now.
Really, we want to end it on this, because how big a win was this for you? Like you said, you come down to the end of the season with 6 ball games left. You knock off the #1 team in the East. Had to be a big win this afternoon.
Right. I think it's a 3-way tie now, right? With us, Savannah State, and Clark. So, you know, we all beat each other and everything. So it's just about just handling what we can handle and everything. Again, we trying to win the next game. Just try to win the next game. We can't worry about nothing else. You know, we got a good game coming up Monday against Edward Waters, so we got to try to get ready for them. Pretty good team, Edward Waters.
Well, you won this game. Won it in fine fashion, 74-53. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
You already know, man. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Sure. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thanks, man.
Head Coach James Rice, as his Lady Tigers of Benedict College win it in very impressive fashion against the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. They win it 74-53. Lady Tigers go to 8-12 overall, and now they increase their conference mark to 6-8. And 3-way tie, as you indicate, you heard Coach Rice indicate, between the Lady Tigers of Savannah, the Lady Tigers of Benedict, and Clark Atlanta at this point, a 3-way tie in the East. The loss drops Savannah State to 14-5, and they go to 10-4 in SIAC play. That's a wrap on the women's game. Lady Tigers win it 74-53. We'll take a timeout, and when we get back, we'll turn our attention to the men on the Black College Sports Network.